A 19-year-old girl was baked to death in a Walmart walk-in oven, only to be found by her own mother. This is the tragic tale of Gursimran Kaur. Gursimran Kaur was just 19 years old. Gursimran and her mom, who were originally from India, moved from the UK to Canada 3 years ago, hoping to find better job opportunities. To help support her family, she took a job at Walmart's bakery section in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Gursimran had been working in Walmart's bakery for 2 years, and like with any job, she had learned the ropes, including how to work around large industrial equipment. This wasn't just any ordinary oven. It was a commercial-grade, walk-in oven, huge, powerful, and as we'll see, incredibly dangerous. On the night of October 19th, 2024, Gursimran's shift started as usual. Her mom, who also worked there, was on shift with her, but somewhere around an hour into the shift, Gursimran's mom realized she hadn't seen her daughter in a while. Now, this wasn't like Gursimran. Her mom, who also worked in the same Walmart, knew her daughter's schedule and habits. She knew this wasn't a matter of just missing each other during a busy shift. Growing increasingly anxious, she began asking the other employees if they had seen her, but instead, her concerns were brushed off. The employees were like, "Relax, this is Walmart. She could be anywhere helping customers." But something felt wrong. Gursimran's mom couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly amiss. She tried calling her daughter's phone, no answer, and worse, it wasn't even ringing. Her heart sank. This was completely unlike Gursimran. It was unusual for her daughter to switch her phone off during the day. Refusing to give up, she went to the Walmart administrative team, pleading with them to help locate her daughter. One of the staff members mentioned something odd. There was a strange liquid leaking from the gap in the door of the bakery's walk-in oven. With a growing sense of dread, Gursimran's mom rushed over to the bakery area to investigate. When she opened the oven door, she was met with a sight that no one should ever have to witness. Inside the oven are the charred remains of her daughter, Gursimran. Around 9:30 p.m., 911 was called.
Dispatch to Station 5 engine for a technical rescue call from Mumford Road, Walmart, 6990 Mumford Road. Female has locked in an oven in the bakery. Oven is on. Unsure if the staff are able to turn it off. Dispatch to Station 5 engine for a technical rescue, 6990 Mumford Road, Walmart, the bakery. Time to page 2122. Call will be on Ops 4.
Dispatch 9 engine, just looking for an update.
9 engine, update regarding ETA for ES or approving assigned to me.
All day.
See what I can do. Dispatch to 9 engine.
Go ahead. With the person trapped in the oven there, do you have the power shut off for that? For the staff on to turn the power off? She's in there. Okay, then if we do make contact back, just tell them to shut the power off.
The officers then told the dispatcher that the body was already out of the oven when they arrived.
Dispatch from Upper Command.
Go ahead, Commander.
I just got the last part of the conversation. I think it was the divisional commander. The person was out of the oven upon arrival. We're just dealing with regional police at this point right now.
Copy all.
But at that point, it was already too late. Gursimran was gone. Her mom is reportedly traumatized by the discovery. She has been described as a watchful mother who breathes for her child's happiness. The police launched a full investigation to determine the cause and manner of her death, but they haven't confirmed much yet. They're asking the public to be careful about speculating online. They actually put out a statement saying, "We urge the public to be mindful of sharing speculative information on social media. Please be aware of the impacts that speculation could have on family, colleagues, and loved ones of the woman." Now, after this tragic incident, the local Sikh community stepped up to support Gursimran's family. With her mom's permission, they organized a GoFundMe campaign. The goal? To raise money for her funeral and to bring Gursimran's father and brother from India to Canada so they could attend her funeral. The campaign hit its goal of 50,000 Canadian dollars in just 10 hours. They decided to stop accepting donations so they could start distributing the funds to the family. Now the investigation itself has led to some big moves from Walmart and law enforcement. Authorities issued a stop work order specifically for the bakery area where Gursimran's body was found, and also for a piece of equipment in that area. Walmart Canada immediately complied, temporarily shutting down not just the bakery, but the entire Halifax branch. Then on October 30th, after an inspection, the police determined the bakery operations were safe to resume and the stop work order was lifted. but Walmart Halifax decided to keep that location closed until further notice. After the public learned of Gursimran's death, a series of videos began circulating on social media from Walmart employees themselves, suggesting something wasn't adding up with how she died. One detail that kept coming up was this. There was no way the door of the oven could have just accidentally closed. As one of the employees put it, this door does not close by itself. It doesn't latch. It's designed not to do that. You have to push it. Hear the click. With a push of the emergency button, the door would be opened from the inside. So they are all questioning if the emergency button has stopped working or there was foul play involved. Now, this isn't the first time Walmart's been at the center of a controversy over safety. In fact, Walmart has a long list of tragic incidents. We're talking about employees getting poisoned, losing limbs, and getting crushed by forklifts. According to the Strategic Organizing Center, Walmart has the second highest worker injury rate in the country, with about 3 serious incidents per 100 full-time employees. However, keep in mind, Walmart is huge, with over 1.6 million employees. Let's look at a few of the incidents where they've had over the years. First, we have Donald Wells, who worked at a Walmart in Kentucky in 2010. Donald suffered serious injuries when he was exposed to carbon monoxide while working in a freezer. In another case, an employee working in the meat department in Illinois was using a saw to cut through meat. At some point, he accidentally brought his hand too close to the blade, and in an instant, 2 of his fingers were severed. And perhaps the most shocking of all is Elena Rios. Elena was 68 years old, a mother of 4, and a grandmother of 13. She'd been working at a Walmart warehouse in Fort Worth, Texas for 10 years, and was certified to operate forklifts and other heavy machinery. In February, while on the job, she was crushed between a forklift and a pallet rack. But here's the part that makes this story even more tragic. Her family didn't find out what had happened through Walmart. They learned about her death on the news. Even when they did hear from Walmart, the information they received was conflicting, and to this day, her family still doesn't have all the answers about what caused her death. So, with all of this information, it really makes you wonder, are they doing enough to protect their employees? In Gursimran's case, these questions get even more chilling. Was her death just a freak accident? Could there have been foul play involved? Or could this be part of a bigger problem with how Walmart handles employee safety? So what do you think of the case? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And as always, stay safe, do something that makes you happy today, and I'll see you in the next one.